Hi, this is Stuart Talley. I'm a partner here at Kershaw, Cook & Talley, and the reason I'm doing this video today is to talk about an ongoing investigation we have concerning a COVID outbreak at a facility in Redding, California known as the Windsor Nursing Home. At this nursing home there was an outbreak this summer and fall where over 60 individuals contracted COVID, 17 actually passed away. We've been contacted by several family members to explore a potential case against the nursing home, and what we've discovered so far is somewhat disturbing. The facility in question has a history of being cited by regulators for failing to comply with COVID regulations, and some of the violations are somewhat shocking. The first time the facility was cited by regulators was in July of 2020, and at that time investigators came in and discovered that the nursing home was not complying with numerous regulations and rules that were designed to prevent the spread of COVID within nursing homes. There wasn't an outbreak at that point, but they were cited for not following the rules. The second incident happened in August of 2020. And at that point regulators came in, and what they discovered was that there was a nurse who actually came to work with symptoms of illness and ended up testing positive for COVID. And that nurse had interactions with many residents within the facility. According to the investigative report, despite knowing that there was COVID in the facility, that there were 2 residents who had it, the facility continued to admit new residents into the facility. And they were cited for that on August 6th of 2020. If you fast forward a month, then there was another incident. And this is the incident that we think led to the primary outbreak of COVID at the facility. In September, a nurse called and indicated that she had symptoms of COVID. She hadn't tested positive yet, but she had gotten a test. And she asked her supervisor whether she needed to come in despite feeling sick. And the supervisor instructed her that she had to come in. So she worked actually 3 full shifts at the facility with symptoms of COVID. Now, after she worked those 3 full shifts, her test results came back and indicated that she was positive. A few days after that, a second nurse called in and said that she had symptoms of COVID and wanted to know if she had to work, and she was instructed that she had to come in. So a second nurse actually worked a shift with symptoms of COVID, and at that point there was an outbreak that occurred within the facility. That was the start of the outbreak, at least as far as it looks like from our investigation at this point. In September, regulators came in and they discovered that the nursing home had required these 2 nurses to work with symptoms of COVID. And they also discovered a lot of other problems at the facility. And they were cited for numerous violations, including one of the big ones was they were failing to comply with state law regarding sick leave. Under state law, if you have symptoms of COVID, your employer has to pay you, and they can't require you to take sick leave that you would normally get, and they can't require you to take vacation pay or vacation time. This facility was requiring its employees to use their vacation time before they can take sick leave for COVID. And most of the employees were not aware that this was a law or a policy. The second thing they were cited for was not having sufficient PPE available for the staff. They were also cited for not adequately training the staff and not complying with testing protocols or appropriate testing protocols for COVID. The conclusion of the state regulators was that the failure to comply with these rules and regulations was the cause of the outbreak that occurred that eventually led to 17 deaths. So we're looking at this case very closely. As I indicated, we've been called by several families who had loved ones who contracted COVID at the facility. If you have contracted COVID or you know someone who's contracted COVID at the facility, feel free to give us a call. We're trying to obtain as much information about this incident as possible. You can reach us at the phone number on the screen, or you can go to our website, fill out one of our online forms, and a lawyer will call you right back.